Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to tackle that awful, queasy feeling of nausea. But we're going to do it using simple, natural foods and strategies that are actually backed by science. Ready? Let's dive in.
We've all been there, that horrible rolling feeling in your stomach. But what if we thought about it a little differently? Instead of just an illness we need to crush, think of it as a signal. It's actually a message from your body, and if we can learn to read that message, we're already halfway to feeling better.
So here's the thing you've got to remember. Nausea isn't just a tummy ache. Nope, it's a really complex reflex that's actually controlled by your brain. This connection between your gut and your brain is so important because it means we can fight this thing from a bunch of different angles, not just by what we eat, but by how we calm our whole system down.
All right, so let's start building our toolkit for relief. And we're going to begin with some incredibly powerful herbs that have some serious research behind them.
First up is the absolute gold standard, the undisputed champion of nausea relief, ginger. It's been used for centuries in traditional medicine, and you know what? Modern science totally backs it up, especially for things like motion sickness, morning sickness, and even nausea from chemotherapy.
So how does it actually work? This is the cool part. Ginger has these active compounds, mostly one called gingerol. And what they do is they basically act like bouncers at a club door. They stand at the serotonin receptors in your gut and help block those "I'm going to be sick" signals from ever reaching your brain. It's a direct intervention right at the source.
And the best part is, ginger is so easy to use. You can brew a tea with some fresh slices, you can chew on candied ginger for really quick relief, heck, you can even just use the essential oil for aromatherapy. For a really consistent dose, a lot of the studies use about 1 to 2 grams a day in capsule form.
Okay, tool number 2 for our kit is peppermint. We all know that cool, calming feeling it gives you, and it turns out it works on a totally different but just as effective pathway as ginger.
So here's the key difference. If ginger is the signal blocker, peppermint is the muscle relaxer. Its active ingredient, menthol, works directly on the stomach itself. It has what's called an antispasmodic effect, which just means it tells the muscles in your stomach wall to chill out, easing that awful churning and cramping feeling.
And just like with ginger, you've got options. A warm tea is a classic for a reason, but aromatherapy is also incredibly powerful. Seriously, studies show that just smelling peppermint oil can make a big difference. And hey, even a simple peppermint candy can give you some quick relief when you need it.
All right, we've talked herbs. Now let's get back to basics and talk about the foundation of any anti-nausea diet: simple, bland foods. They don't ask for much, but they give a ton of relief. The whole idea here is to just give your digestive system a break. The best way to think about bland foods like crackers or toast is to picture them as little sponges. They just go in and help soak up all that excess stomach acid without forcing your body to crank out a bunch of digestive enzymes, which can honestly make you feel worse.
Now, this right here is a perfect example of why healthier isn't always better when you feel sick. On the left, you've got saltines. They're just simple starches, super easy to break down. But the whole grain crackers on the right, they've got all this complex fiber, which is great on a normal day, but it's just way too much work for a stomach that's already upset.
Okay, listen up, because this one is a real game changer, and a lot of people miss it. Research actually shows that protein can help regulate the rhythm of your stomach contractions. It basically prevents that weird, out-of-sync churning that leads to nausea. So it's not just about avoiding bad foods, it's about strategically adding the right ones.
So what does that look like? We're talking simple, lean proteins. Things like baked chicken, a couple of scrambled eggs, or some plain yogurt are all fantastic choices. And bone broth is like a superstar here because you get protein, electrolytes, and hydration all in one go. Okay, so we've covered what to eat, but now we've got to talk about how to eat, because a little bit of strategy here can make all the difference in keeping that nausea from coming back.
Here is your game plan, super easy to remember. Rule 1. Go small and frequent. An empty stomach can actually make nausea worse, so have a little something every few hours. 2. Make sure those snacks have protein. 3. This is a big one. Hydrate between meals, not with them. Sip liquids during the day. And 4. Know your triggers. For most of us, that's going to be spicy, fatty, or super greasy foods.
Getting relief isn't just about food. So let's expand our toolkit a bit and look at some other simple but really powerful strategies that can make a huge difference.
This really shows you how everything is connected. Let's break it down. You've got sensory tactics, right? Like getting fresh air or avoiding strong smells. That helps calm the emotional center of your brain, which is wired directly to nausea. Then there are positional changes. Just sitting up straight after you eat uses gravity to your advantage to keep things down. And finally, mental tricks, like distraction or acupressure, can literally interrupt that nasty feedback loop between your gut and your brain.
Okay, this is super important. While all these natural remedies are amazing, it is absolutely critical to know when it's time to stop trying to fix it yourself and get professional medical advice. Let's talk about the red flags.
Please pay close attention to these. If that nausea just won't go away after a couple of days, or if you literally can't keep anything down, food or water, it's time to call a doctor. Same goes for if you're seeing signs of dehydration, like feeling dizzy or having dark urine. This is your body telling you that something more serious might be going on.
And let's end with this thought. When you start seeing nausea as a message instead of just a malfunction, you can switch from reacting to it to proactively listening. So ask yourself, what is my body asking for right now? Is it asking for rest, for simpler food, maybe just a calmer environment? Answering that question is the real key to finding lasting relief.
Feeling a bit queasy? Let's break down some natural ways to manage that feeling.
That unsettling feeling. But what if your own kitchen held the keys to relief?
50%. That's how many adults deal with this at least once a year. You're not alone.
Okay, let's jump into the natural power trio. These are 3 super effective remedies. First up, we've got ginger. People have used it for literally centuries to settle upset stomachs. So how does it work? It has compounds that actually help relax your gut muscles.
All right, next up, peppermint. You probably know it for that cool, calming effect it has.
The secret here is menthol. You can sip it in tea, or sometimes even just the scent can help. And rounding out our trio is the simple lemon. It's surprisingly powerful for nausea.
It's all about those neutralizing acids. They help balance your stomach and bring quick relief.
Okay, next up, let's talk about the bland is better rule. It's a classic for a reason.
You've probably heard of the brat diet, right? It's all about foods that are super gentle on you.
Even saltines work wonders. They absorb acid without making your stomach work too hard. But it's not just about what you eat. A few crucial habits can make a huge difference.
Paying attention to these simple do's and don'ts can really keep things from getting worse.
So, what's better when you're feeling off? Carbs or protein? The science might actually surprise you.
Turns out, protein is the winner here. It can actually help stabilize your stomach's activity.
But you've got to do it right. Here are a few simple steps to get the most benefit.
Okay, let's bring it all together. Here's your go-to toolkit for when you're feeling queasy.
Put all of these together and you have a really powerful approach to managing nausea naturally.
We'll leave you with this final thought. Nausea isn't just a symptom, it's a signal. What's yours saying?